Hello and welcome. It is already quite late here, and I thought that I could make a video where I find out which is the best portable Bluetooth speaker for low-level listenings. I selected these four here: the FIFA Helsinki, the BNOA1, the Bose SoundLink Mini 2, and the Sony HG1, complicated names. All of these sound quite good on low volumes, except for the FIFA. The FIFA is just a reference for you, so that I can show you how good these small speakers sound on low volumes compared to a much bigger and more expensive speaker. The Bose is one of the only speakers which really boost bass on low volumes, but it sounds quite covered. I selected the A1 because it sounds good on low volumes. It doesn't do any loudness compensation, but it has a really deep bass, so it also sounds good on low volumes. And I selected the Sony HG1. I already did the soundcheck video, which will be uploaded soon, but this one really shines at low volumes. It has this extra bass feature, which really pushes the speaker to its limits, especially on low volumes. You have the problem that it sometimes distorts, but therefore I have an EQ app on my iPhone, where I can simply take away some of the bass. I think that we can just start with the Bose. I will connect it and we will compare it to the Sony HG1. I selected some tracks and yeah, we will just start. This is a jazz track and the Bose will start. Now the Sony will start. I think that the quality of Bose is really great. As you can hear, it disconnects and connects all the time again. Let's see if it will work today or if it is completely broken now. I really love paying that much money on a product which just doesn't work. Oh, it still doesn't work. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Yeah. Now we got the connection. Let's try it. Okay, this is not the sound of a Bose. Okay, I think we can throw this speaker away and try another one. Maybe we can try the BNOA1. Don't wonder why I have these things in here. Some of my screws aren't sealed correctly in my A1. I have to return it in a few days, but now I just fixed it like this, so there isn't any air coming through the screws. I will turn this one on now. I'm pretty sure that this will work. Not like the high quality Bose. This has a 360-degree omnidirectional sound, but I will place it like this so we can get the clearest sound out of it. And I will take the cover of the Sony off. It is quite hard with one hand. So now we can get the best results from both speakers. And let's try the A1. The A1 has some deep bass, but it really doesn't sound as good as the Sony. The Sony sounds really good with low-level tracks, and when I take away some of the bass in my EQ app, it'll get even better. try another track. The A1 still has some really nice and deep bass, but it is just missing the body. The SONY sounds quite good, but still with some distortion in the low end. Maybe I can lean back and we can turn it up a little bit so that we are at half volume, and we can try another track. For me personally, the SONY sounds much better now. I think that the A1 still sounds good, but the SONY simply sounds better. It has more body to the sound, more low end, simply better. Let's try another bass heavy track. Maybe I can place it on the grill so that it doesn't sound that covered. The A1 has some more treble, but it may sound a little bit too harsh. Now let's try another track. It may seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine is here, you can take a break. Hot air balloon, I could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, drive away. Because I'm alone, if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm clap along, if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm clap along, if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm clap along, if you feel like that's what you want to do. This is a track where the SONY might sound a little bit overwhelming in the bass compartment. The A1 just has really nice deep bass, while the SONY is a little bit drowning, or let's say it has a little bit too much of the good bass. Let's try another track. Yeah, it takes some time. My Wi-Fi connection isn't the fastest. Yeah. Okay, how about not using this track? Instead we will use another one.
There is a rose in Spanish Harlem, a red rose up in Spanish Harlem. She She's never seen the sun. She only comes out when the moon is on the run and all the stars are gleaming.
The A1 sounds a little bit cleaner and the treble is much more boosted, just like the mids, but it sounds a little bit flat. And I don't think that the voice of the woman was this clear and sharp. It sounds a little bit unnatural on the A1. On the Sony it sounds a little bit too warm, I think, but it sounds more natural.
She's growing in the street, right up through the concrete, but soft and sweet and dreamy. There is a rose in Spanish Harlem.
So the Sony definitely wins with this track. It has some heavy bass. The Sony somehow sounds much more full-bodied than the A1. Yeah, the Sony just sounded better in this comparison. But now, before we stop, let's try the FIFA. Sadly, the other track didn't work. But now we can try the FIFA. This speaker costs around $400 and it is of course much bigger than the little Sony. I hope that we can place it like this. Maybe it's hard. I can take the broken bows so that it can stand. Yeah, just like this. And let's try the same track again. The FIFA is in the late night mode right now, so this is where it boosts the bass a little bit so it sounds a little bit better on low volumes. And let's start. Maybe these tones aren't really good for listening in the evening, so let's try a little bit softer stuff. Isn't it funny how good the Sony sounds against the FIFA at low volumes? The FIFA may sound more clear, or it provides more clarity than the Sony, but I don't think that I need this when I listen at low volumes, especially when you have this as a background speaker. The FIFA can get a little bit annoying, or it can sound harsh for some people, while the Sony really sounds nice and soft. And yeah, we can try another track. Maybe something with more bass. With this track, the bass of the FIFA was much more precise. Let's try the vocal check now at the last track.
There is a rose in Spanish Harlem, a red rose up in Spanish Harlem. She is a special one. She's never seen the sun. She only comes out when the moon is on the run and all the stars are gleaming.
Of course, the FIFA is unbeatable with this track because it is simply the king when it comes to vocals and really good jazz music. The SONY still sounded really great. I'm impressed by the deep bass it offers for the size. And yeah, I think this is it. I got every track which I wanted to show you. Sadly, the bows didn't work, but I don't think that it would have any chance against the SONY. It just sounds covered and a little bit distorted, even at low volume, so I can't recommend this speaker. Especially the SONY is a little bit cheaper than the Bose right now. You can get it on Black Friday sale. I got this unit for around 170 euros. Some people even found it for 100 euros, so that's a really good deal right now. The Bose still costs 200 euros, so that's really overpriced for what you get. This was it from the video. I hope I could help you. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel or like the video. And see you next time, and bye bye.